Terrifier of the Pain, a Comanche ghost story. The old one speaks. They told me not to walk the river at dusk. Said the wind remembers too much there. Said the land still echoes with hoofbeats and war cries and bones. But I did. And that's when I met him. He sat by the fire, no flame, just ember eyes glowing in the dusk. His braids were black snakes down his shoulders. And when he looked at me, it wasn't with eyes. It was with memory. "You hear it too," he said. The crying in the dirt. I nodded, though I hadn't said a word. "Then you felt it, the Terrifier. The pain that hunts." The story he gave me, he said his name was Tabe, meaning son. But his people stopped calling him that after the pain came. Not a man, not a spirit, a wound given shape. It came after the killing times. After the land was broken and we were broken with it. It started with a boy who saw his whole camp slaughtered. He lived. But what lived inside him afterward wasn't a boy anymore. He walked alone. Never aged, never ate. Just wandered the plains, whispering to the wind. And wherever he went, people had nightmares of fire, of being skinned by shadows, of screams that sounded like their own. They called him Puipu Sakaru, Terrifier of the Pain. Not because he caused it, but because he collected it, fed on it, wore it like a cloak. "He wears your sorrow," Tabe said. "And he shows it back to you, so twisted, so raw, you think you'll claw your own skin off just to silence it." Third. Why he talked to me, Tabe said he'd seen the Terrifier once, only once. On the night his own family died, when the soldiers came with fire and metal. He was just a boy. He ran into the hills, clutching his brother's scalp. Too afraid to fight, too weak to die. And in that moment, he whispered, I saw him. Not in the trees, not in the sky. I saw him in me. Ever since, Tabe walked too. Not hunting, not hiding. Just listening. He said I was the first to hear the same voice in the wind since then. "Why me?" I asked. He pointed to the scars on my arms, the silence in my eyes, the names I won't say, because pain knows pain. And maybe you too carry something you're afraid to name. Flee. What he told me to do, Taabe handed me a bundle of sage and dust. Not herbs, ashes, from my fire, he said. From the pain I buried. He told me to take it to the canyon, to stand at the edge, to scream every name I've buried and to wait. Wait for what? If he comes, Tabe said, you'll know. If he doesn't, then you never carried him at all. The canyon I went. I screamed, I waited. And the wind came, and it brought his voice, not Tabe's. Not mine, but something deep, ancient, awful. What will you trade to forget? Takes. The choice, I held the ashes in one hand, my memories in the other. I could forget, I could be free. Or I could carry the pain like Tabe did, alone but honest. And I remembered what he told me. The Terrifier does not kill. He erases, and to forget is to die without dying. I threw the ashes into the wind. And the pain stayed with me, but so did myself. Butos epilogue, the fire still burns. I never saw Tabe again. But sometimes when I walk the river, I feel the wind shift. Not cold, not cruel, just watching. And I know the Terrifier still wanders. But so do I, and now I don't run.